I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a bit of a nerd. A geek. A dork. A knucklehead McSpazatron, you might say. Yeah. But hey, at least I don't watch anime. Where are I? Okay, here. I watch shows made for Japanese preschoolers. Put some cool music in here, editing me. Put some cool music, please. Please, it's gonna be really awkward if there's no freaking music. Please. Tokusatsu, roughly translated to special effects filming, is a genre of films and TV that heavily relies on the usage of practical effects, i.e. sweaty men in sweaty rubber suits. Its genesis dates back all the way to if you can see that, you kind of see him, not really, the original Godzilla, 1954 Godzilla film. A film so impactful that its influence can be felt in pretty much all forms of media to this very day, over 70 years later. One could argue that Tokusatsu came even earlier in the form of 1933's King Kong or The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, which released, I believe, a year before the original Godzilla. And yeah, while I do agree to an extent, these films use stop motion to depict their giant monsters beyond imagination, you know? However, devout Roman Catholic and special effects director of the original Godzilla, Eiji Tsuburaya, devised an approach that would revolutionize not only Japanese films, but pretty much the whole industry. Basically, build some miniature sets, get a guy, build him a big freaking suit that looks like a big freaking monster, and then you just get him in there. You just got yourself a freaking box office hit. Professionally known as suitmation was way less tedious and time consuming than stop motion, and it allowed for a lot more organic movement from Godzilla, from the monster, and a lot more body language to be conveyed. If that makes sense. Tsuburaya would then go on to lead the special effects department in a lot of the future Godzilla films, up until around 1963, where he would then found his own production company, aptly named Tsuburaya Productions, going on to create in early 1966 Ultra Q, which is a sci-fi serial akin to something like The Twilight Zone or Doctor Who, just, you know, Japanese. Just a few weeks after it finished airing, Ultra Q was then followed up by its much more successful successor, much more popular successor, Ultraman. You can't even see him. What the frick? Hold on. Give it a second. Give it a sec. There you go. Ultraman. Yeah. Do you like my drawings? Ultraman. One of the big three in Tokusatsu television. It spawned several sequel series and movies and spin-offs, all the way up to the current running season in 2024, Ultraman Arc. Which, by the way, it is available on their YouTube channel, the official YouTube channel, for free, subbed and dubbed. Just go watch it. It's good. Hey, sue me. It's a typical like Ultraman show. Involves a person typically a part of some defense force that fights against kaiju, meeting and forming a bond with an alien, and by forming said bond, allows them to transform into what is known as an ultra and fight against a kaiju threat. Shwatch! Yeah, I can't say that much about Ultraman. I can't lie, I'll be honest. The only season of Ultraman I've watched is the newest one, Arc. And that's not even finished, it's not even a whole season yet. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't really add much more. I don't really know that much about Ultraman. They get really big and they fight big monster. What? I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Alright, let's stop talking about the big guys and let's talk about the little guy, the average sized person guys. In 1970, legendary mangaka Shotaro Ishinomori released his Skullman one-shot. Now his idea of this dark hero who was given these powers against his will, but instead of using the powers for evil, he uses them for vengeance, to fight back against the people who did him so wrong, would then be developed into 1971's Kamen Rider! University student Takeshi Hongo is kidnapped by an evil organization known as Shocker and turned into a cyborg. Managing to escape, he vows to fight back against Shocker and their plans of world domination with his newly acquired powers and motorcycle as the grasshopper-themed Kamen Rider. That took too many freaking takes. Similar to Ultraman, after Kamen Rider eventually finished its run in 1973, a new sequel series would begin in the form of Kamen Rider V3, with a mostly new cast, new story, and new titular rider. What is now referred to as the Showa era of Kamen Rider would continue to run annually all the way up until 1986 with Kamen Rider Black RX, which, following this, the show would then go on hiatus for a bit, for 16 frickin' years, until properly being revived in 1999 with Kamen Rider Kuga. Since then, a new season has aired every single year up until current year with Kamen Rider Gov. Each series has their own standalone stories, characters, themes, and motifs. And these themes can range from a variety of things, from vampires to detective mysteries to Fortnite to fruit warriors reenacting the gospel to time travel. They did that twice. What the frick? But that is just scratching the surface. The Heisei and Reiwa era of Kamen Rider has been airing for 25 years straight. But that's nothing. Initially devised by Shotaro Ishinomori as a Kamen Rider series featuring a team of 5 riders, would then evolve into the show Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. Which ran from 1975 to 1977. It was a show in which, get this, a team of 5 multicolored heroes fight an evil organization, battling a different monster each week. And sometimes they're in a robot. Actually, that's not true. This first series, they didn't have robots. They didn't get that to like the 3rd series. But still, crazy idea. Which, it was for the time. And thus began the Super Sentai franchise, airing consistently every year for 50 years. Well, almost 50 years. 50 years next year. All the way up to current year with their current series, Bakuage Sentai Bunbuncha. And yeah, I know what you're gonna say. They have freaking rims on their face. I don't know why. It is pretty goofy, but the show is very good. The show is very good. I would thumbs up from Bubby. Similar to Kamen Rider, Each series is pretty much standalone with regular crossovers, like crossover specials or episodes between the different teams every now and again, which is pretty cool. And yeah, each team has their own unique design, motifs, and themes, stories, casts, all that. In 1992, however, the 16th series of Super Sentai, Choyu Sentai Juranger, would air and would then be adapted, brought over to the West, repackaged as none other than the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And most Sentai, most series of Sentai after Juranger would get brought over and adapted into various seasons of Power Rangers, using the Japanese like suits and even Japanese suit footage, like all the fight scenes, and then just splicing in American actors in between. Alright, I spoke on the history of Toku, like a lot of it, and like the big three, but it is still going very strong today. Like even Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and Godzilla got their own big budget like reimaginings in the form of Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno's Shin films. Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Kamen Rider. They released to pretty high critical acclaim, and they all three of them broke the Japanese box office. In my opinion, I love all three of them. Some of my favorite movies of all time. So would highly recommend. Something else that like helps with my enjoyment of these films is the fact that Hideaki Anno, who directed them, is such a big fan of Tokusatsu. Alongside his very unique directorial style, like, yeah, makes them some of my favorite films of all time. Ultraman also got its own animated family movie on Netflix earlier this year, in the form of Ultraman Rising, which is also really great, yeah, family film. Another thumbs up, Bubby thumbs up. And this time last year, the latest installment into the Godzilla franchise, Godzilla -1, released to international critical acclaim and broke just all expectations, even winning the first Oscar for the entire Godzilla franchise, which, yeah, is saying a lot. It's a good friggin' movie. Again, 2 Bubby thumbs up this time. Two frickin' Bubby thumbs up, baby. But yeah, there's also so many more Toku films and TV outside of these big guys right here. There's so much more. Like, some of which, honestly, I haven't seen. Like, there's Metal Heroes, there's Toei Spider-Man, there's Gamera. Honestly, especially the freaking Heisei trilogy. Oh, peak cinema. Peak cinema. There's also more mature series like Garo, even non-Japanese Toku, like China's Armor Hero, Indonesia's Bima. Then that's just the very tip of the iceberg. There is genuinely something for everyone under the umbrella that is Tokusatsu. And like, just because it looks like Power Rangers doesn't mean anyone can just write it off. Because it is just as valid of a medium as anime. So ditch your Jujutsu Kaisens, ditch your Attack on Titans, ditch your My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, and watch a Tokusatsu, watch a season of Tokusatsu, anything. I don't know, pick something. To end off, you're probably wondering, you're probably gonna ask, Bubby, where can I watch this awesome stuff? Well, dear viewer, like I mentioned earlier, with Ultraman, not every season, but a lot of seasons are up for free on their official YouTube channel, subbed and dubbed, so go watch it. What are you waiting for? But for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, especially to those living outside the US, Arr! Yar, me matey, walk the plank. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, Toei can suck my balls, man. Toei stinks. Yeah, sorry. Alright, That's the end of the video. I don't really know how to end this off, so if you want some recommendations, I will be happy to give them to you. Let's see. Usually I would say like, watch whatever looks cool to you, or even just the newest stuff. You watch the currently airing season, could do. For Kamen Rider, Deno's a good one. It's like time travel, it's really fun, really wholesome. Geats, this is like this is a thing from Geats. The Fortnite one, Fortnite Double. It's like two detectives and they fuse to become one Kamen Rider. It's pretty cool. Build, very good one. I love it when the kids show starts talking about war and nationalism. Peak. For Sentai, Gokaiger, it's an anniversary season with like a lot of cameos and stuff, but good for Power Rangers fans getting into Sentai. Shinkenja, if you like Power Rangers Samurai, this is like that, but a million times better. King Oja is a really good one. It is kind of weird, it has a lot of weird experimental special effects with like the green screen and the digital backgrounds. But if you can get past that, there's a really cool like cinematic story with really strong characters. Anyways, enjoy these glorified toy commercials that are also really cool. Go watch some Japanese Power Rangers for me. And that's Bubby out. I want to make more long form videos, so hopefully I will.